Our presenter today is Roberta Mittman, a health and wellness coach and founder of the Park Avenue Center for Wellbeing. Roberta is an alternative healthcare practitioner who helps people lead healthy, happy, and rewarding lives. Thank you for being here with us, Roberta, to increase our energy and focus for success. And I'll now hand it over to you.
Thank you, Maggie. It's such a pleasure being here. This is very exciting because, first of all, health and wellness, of course, is my favorite thing. And second of all, I'm an entrepreneur just like you in business. And when you're a busy professional, there are certain things that come to play that might not be when you're on vacation. That's a whole other conversation. Or when you're on the road, there's different needs and whatever. But when you have this day-to-day kind of crazy, busy, overwhelmed life, it's really important just to have some tools to know how can you maximize your energy and focus for success. Because after all, you're the CEO of you, and you are your business. So this is all about 3 secrets. Of course, you know that I have 103, but I've boiled it down a little bit so that in the 30 minutes that I have, we can spend some time just chatting about some strategies that you could take with you today. That's really what I'm after, having you have some tools and information and some strategies to have more energy, more productivity, more success, basically, in everything that you do. So you're a busy entrepreneur, as we said, working hard to grow your business. So what's the problem? The problem is that I hear from my patients who come to my office and clients who are here in New York and actually across the country and are really around the world. They come with very similar issues, even though the nature of their business may be different. What happens is that I hear over and over that you're overwhelmed, that you're too busy to take care of yourself. I mean, not only are you trying to be abundant, productive, and successful, but you probably, being a woman, are also taking care of your family, maybe aging parents, maybe a spouse, maybe a significant other, maybe children, maybe a boss, maybe your friends. The list goes on and on. It's constantly probably a life of overgiving and oversharing and just feeling kind of depleted at the end of the day. Sort of like, well, how can I find me again? And the problem with this is that the way your day can be structured, little small changes can make a huge change. And that means that you have more energy, more vitality. You feel more ready to go to the networking meeting, to stand up and show up and feel that you're really on top of things, that you're not just being sluggish and kind of getting through your day and just grabbing what you can just to keep your energy up. Honestly, that does take a toll. So that's the problem. The problem is that we're so busy working on our business that we put ourselves on the back burner, especially as women, because it's kind of like, do we really deserve to take care of ourselves when somebody else needs us? That's a whole other great conversation. So let's find out some strategies, 3 that I'm presenting today, so that we can get our brain around this problem and start to feel fabulous. So even as a health professional, I was just like you. I know where you are because I was there too. And as a human being, as a woman, as a busy professional, I can slip in there sometimes too, into this overwhelm, overgiving, overserving, not really eating regularly or taking care of myself the way I know that I could. Notice the way I don't like to use the word should. So just to give you a very quick history, is that I've had a very successful practice. I'm very, very fortunate. I'm a licensed acupuncturist actually for 20 years, and I've had a holistic practice dealing with everything from fertility to headaches to weight to pain to digestion to fatigue, all kinds of things, not only with acupuncture, but with holistic techniques. And also, I'm a health and wellness success coach. I do have many, many women over 40 who really reach out to me from wherever they are, in the New York area or across the country, and even a couple around the world. And we work one-on-one to find you again, to find out the right way to eat, the right way to exercise and sleep, all of those things. So my clients, many times, and my patients, I was really busy and not taking care of myself. And 10 years ago, this came to the forefront. I didn't realize how much I was getting sucked in to a less than desirable lifestyle and self-care. And how I knew was I was really called to step up physically in a way that I'd never predicted. I have a sister who lives in Boston, and we're extremely close. And just to give you a feeling of like we're just so close in age, we would just do anything for each other. And I don't know if I mentioned to you, she lives in Boston. And so what happened was one weekend, just like that, her kidneys shut down. It was fluky. And it was one of the things where the doctors would say, I've read about this, but I've never met anybody that actually had this. So fast forward to the need for a kidney transplant. Fast forward to me. We were turned out to be a perfect match. And so what happened was I very willingly volunteered, but knew that I had to get myself in shape for this. This was not going to be like going to the dentist or, just, having like, a little thing. This was like a bigger thing, and I had to be in great shape, and I wanted to get back really fast. So I kind of made my own little boot camp, and I did a detox, and I started looking at my sleeping, looking at my eating, noticing where I was going so off the charts. And I reined it in, started taking care of myself, really being purposeful and mindful, making such good choices. And it was so successful for both of us. She's doing great. 10 years later, we just celebrated our 10-year anniversary, and I'm feeling wonderfully well. So I just want you to know that I was there, and I have learned how to really make a difference in my own health and hopefully in other people who come to me. So that's what I'm passing on you today. So let's go back to number one. Sorry, I skipped. There's a simple change you can make today. This is number one. It's so simple, but oh my goodness, you need to be reminded. If you're like most of the people I know and see, including myself, I will put myself in this category, it's that we have become sedentary. Research shows that if you Google sitting too long, what are you going to find? You're going to find that it's called the new smoking. I kid you not. There are videos about it. There are articles in business magazines and health magazines. Sitting is the new smoking. What does that mean? And that means that we're not designed to be sedentary human beings, and sitting for a prolonged period of time, and I'm just really saying just a couple of hours, can really have negative consequences on your health. In other words, circulation, metabolism, fat burning, immune system, stress, heart, brain, all of those things, they start to actually, they kind of shut down. This is really not a good situation. And I think it's probably responsible for also contributing to a lot of the huge percentages of diabetes and obesity and heart disease that we see today. The interesting thing shows that even if you've exercised in the morning, your prolonged sitting during the day will actually still turn out to be a deficit. So, what are we going to do? Here's the answer. The first thing you can do, stand up. It's so simple. And I really try and remind myself to do this. Take your phone call standing up. Pace on the floor a little bit. Every hour, make it your business after 15 minutes to just stand up. Now, if you can do more than that, terrific. But know that you've just changed your whole physiology and your hormones just by being vertical. So if you really want to actually boost your productivity and your energy, it's really, you could take a walk. What could you do? You could get a glass of water. That's really fabulous because a lot of times we're dehydrated, and sometimes the message to our brain says hungry, hungry, but really we're just thirsty. You could take a flight of stairs. If you're home and you're working at home, you could take a dog for a walk, run outside. Hopefully the weather is going to be spring soon. I often advise my clients to get a pedometer. Pedometers are such an easy way. It's even on your phone if you want to use it that way as an app. And you could just walk around your home, your office, and try and collect 10,000 steps. How cool is that? They really collect very quickly, and you'll challenge yourself. Just do what you can do. Even if you start at 1,000, no problem. Just try and get a little bit more each day. But I think you get the idea. You need to stand up every hour, even if it's for only 5 minutes. The next change you could make is avoid feast or famine. So what am I talking about here? It's really about eating regularly and eating the right things. This is such a nice long discussion that I love to have with my clients, but I really want you to know that the foods that you're eating really become you, influence your energy, and can be determining whether or not you're going to be so stressed or you're going to have a calmer, more focused, productive day. If you have too much caffeine, you're going to have a more stressful day because it is an artificial high. And when you crash, you're going to want probably something sweet to keep your energy up. It's just this revolving circle, this treadmill. So what I like you to do is to be prepared and bring really good food with you. It doesn't have to be complicated. It can be really easy. It can be from a handful of nuts that are in like a portioned out in a baggie. It could be a protein bar with 5 grams of sugar or less. It could be a protein shake with less sugar. It could be some veggies with some almond butter or celery, carrots with some hummus. You know, it goes on and on. Or even order some lunch and save some for later. Bring a piece of fruit and whatever. But try and avoid like the candy, the cookies, the sweets, because honestly, it's going to be stressful. And what happens when you get home from work? Oh my goodness, that's kind of when it all falls apart. People say, I was so good all day. Well, maybe you starved all day and you're waiting to get home. But chances are, by the time we get home, we're really exhausted and decisioned out. So some people skip eating well during the day and or have enough. And when they get home, they just can't like put on the brakes. It's like a smorgasbord. I think I'll have a little of this and a little of that. Could be all healthy, but by the end of the day, the end of the evening, it's like it just is too much. So I would like to encourage you to keep everything going smoothly by bringing your food that you can eat, have it in your desk drawer, be prepared. Winging it never works. Honestly, it just doesn't. So try and not to skip meals, not to be a grazer all day either, because that can sabotage you as well. And stay away from really those sweet treats, because honestly, you may think that you have energy from them, but what goes up must go down, and your blood sugar will plummet down, increase your cravings, and you're going to want more. So remember the liquids, the water, sometimes that is really a good thing to have in case you just ate and you know, I'm still hungry. What is it? Chances are it's probably a craving, an emotional thing. Sometimes are you hungry, angry, lonely, or tired? All of those things can help you really sabotage your energy and become tired, sluggish, just feel like you want to take a nap. And how easy is it to become irritable or even sluggish and try and make a really great sales call, be really up for a presentation or close the deal, or be just attractive to a client's potential clients when you go out to a networking meeting. If you're going starved and you have a glass of wine, that's just not going to work. So make sure that you eat before you eat and stay away from a lot of those sugary things. And it's just staying really calm and collected and in control and empowered. And that will come from eating wisely for you. So the third secret, and that is going backwards. Sorry about that. Let's go to the right thing. Okay. Why is your client attraction factor sluggish? So it is probably from lack of rest. How many of you feel that you wake up really feeling refreshed, have restorative sleep? If you have young babies and children, you have an automatic built-in, it's not going to happen, most likely. For many of us, it's really in our own hands, and we're just not getting the rest that we need. And I know when I hear from people and I talk to clients and groups, that's the number one biggest issue that seems to come up. Everybody's, I'm too tired. And honestly, it can come from many of the things that we've spoken about, but it also can come from not getting enough rest. So here's some suggestions on what you could do to improve your energy and your focus by getting better sleep. So the number one thing that people don't realize, and it's kind of a secret, is that much of your rest hinges on going to sleep early on Sunday night. Sounds kind of crazy, but it's true. Think about this scenario. You're out to meetings, business meetings, family dinners, you're up too late working, all those things. So I'm going to catch up over the weekend. Oh, the weekend's here. I can take a nap, I can sleep in, I can do all those things. Well, guess what happens? Many times what happens is that occurs, and by Sunday night, you're just not tired enough. You've slept too much, you've slept too long, too late, and by Sunday night, you're still raring to go at bedtime. That's an issue. So when you wake up on Monday, it's gone, oh my God, the alarm went off already. I'm still so tired. And what is going to happen is that you're never going to be able to catch up because life gets in the way. So what I would like to suggest is that you engineer your weekend so that you don't get a sleep too long. Yeah, a little bit is okay, but not hours and hours if you have the luxury of being able to do that. And also try and keep your nap short if you're going to rest. No more than, let's say, 20 minutes tops, because then you get into a deeper sleep. So trying to go to sleep kind of around your bedtime would be your goal. And then during the week, try and maintain some healthy sleep habits. What does that include? It includes not eating too close to bed because your body needs to rest, not be busy digesting all this food. So that would be like an hour at least. Try not to drink too much before you go to bed because if you're like some people, you could be getting up to go to the bathroom all night. Also, power down your iPhone, computer, iPad, all of the little all of the electronics, especially the ones that have a blue light. Blue light has been shown to interact and conflict with your body's processing and making melatonin, which is really crucial for sleep. So if you see a blue light on your VCR, a blue light on your clock, or whatever those are, try and see if you can cover them up because they could actually be responsible for keeping you up or giving you less than desirable sleep. Also, powering down before you go to sleep is not a bad idea because honestly, who needs all the stress that comes with all the emails, listening to news, having things hang over your head till tomorrow? I mean, that's like tossing and turning. So try and give yourself that hour at least of just relaxing, telling your body, it's time to wind down. Just like you would with a child when you turn down the lights and you read a book and you just kind of get comfortable. I mean, all of that's really great. It's really great for you too. So I would suggest really trying to get some good sleep. The magic number seems to be around 7.5 hours. Some people can do really well with less. Some people need more. I think you know what your magic number is. So reverse engineer your day and try and get that in because honestly, if you're too tired and exhausted, your immune system is really challenged. You're going to be more vulnerable to all kinds of attacks by other things because your body is just like down-regulated. Your stress is going to be higher. You're going to be grabbing for more sugary foods because you need to keep your energy up. You could be irritable and snappy. You're just not going to feel your best. Honestly, you really know what that feels like, the difference. It's huge. And it's very aging to be exhausted and not to get enough rest. Your cells all need all of this. Beauty sleep, it's really true. So that would be number 3 of our 3 secrets. So it's your turn to shine and be the CEO of you. You are the CEO of your health, your future, your well-being, at least the things that you can control. You can control what goes into your mouth. Many times you can control when you're going to sleep, and you can control standing up, I believe, and possibly moving a little bit more. These are things you can implement starting today. So as a thank you for being here with me today, I would like to offer you a gift. It's really something that I feel has been so successful in giving you that jump start to feeling energized. I mean, spring is around the corner. And how great would it be to get rid of the winter sluggishness, that hibernation that's been kind of like extra padding and just feeling ready to hit the ground running for the spring. So what I'd like to offer you is my 10-day, no juicing required. Hey, listen, I'm not a juicer myself. It's okay if you want to, but it's a food-based detox. What does that mean? That means that you actually eat. I'm giving you a limited menu of foods, but these are foods you can actually eat out with. You can eat anywhere with. You're not going to starve. And it's really doable, and it's only 10 days. Clients report that they feel energized. Their bloat has gone down. the puffiness, the fatigue, a lot of what they've been carrying around is just like they just kind of distance themselves from a lot of the bad habits that seem to sneak in. It's just the coolest thing, and it's easy. So what I'm doing is I walk alongside of you. When you sign up at www.robertamittman.com/detox, just sign up. You will be automatically given a email every day giving you encouragement, pointers, guidelines, tips, and you can just use this the whole 10 days. You'll also be able to download these guidelines that you follow. Plus, I've thrown in, I think it's on day 3, some extra cool recipes. And it's just, honestly, people say, I thought it was going to be so hard, but you know what? I feel so great that I did it. And it actually has changed some of my eating habits because I see how I function when a lot of these culprits, sneaky culprits, I like to call them, are in your diet. So we're going to just eliminate them just for 10 days. And you'll be surprised how great you feel. There's a call that helps personalize it for you. It's just really easy. So I'd like to just extend this to you as a gift, complimentary, and it's just a no-brainer thing for you to enjoy and do it the best you can at the level that you want to do it at. But I guarantee you that you are going to say, this was really worth it. And the cool thing is I do this 4 times a year, every season. And actually when I come back from a vacation, because I tend to drop a lot of that extra kind of like dessert thing that sometimes I treat myself to. And I feel just like everything feels like more firm and flatter. So I'm all for that. So I thought you would be too. So I want to thank you for attending the webinar today. I really want to thank Lisa, Ernst, Savvy Ladies, and Maggie for helping to really make this possible. I'm so excited that you're here and that you're listening. It's no accident that you're here. I really feel tuned into the energy of things, and I want you to be successful, to be healthy, to be vibrant and abundant. And just incorporating a couple of little tweaks every day is going to make a huge difference moving forward. So with that, I want to see if there are any questions. If not, I just thought, well, maybe I have a couple of things that I could ask you and answer because these are typical questions I hear all the time. So Maggie, are there any questions that anybody would like to ask? And I want to thank everybody for being here.
Yes, thank you so much, Roberta. We did have some questions that came in. We had a few about sitting at your desk for long periods during the day. So could you maybe talk a little bit about if you've heard of those standing or treadmill desks and just some other tips about those and sitting for prolonged periods?
Sure. You know, this is one of my favorite topics because people do not realize how detrimental that is. It seems so innocent. We're just sitting there, right? Like nothing's happening. You're not using up any power. So why would it be so bad? Well, like I said, we're not really designed to be sitting like this. And I'm going to encourage you to hit Dr. Google out there because when you look at the new smoking and look at sitting too long, you're going to see article after article talking about exactly what I'm talking about now. So actually research is backing me up 100%. So what happens, they found, is that even if you are exercising, sitting too long will be detrimental. Now that sounds kind of crazy, right? Because you go, oh my God, I exercised this morning. I'm good to go. I'm good. Check, check, and check. Wrong. So what happens is that your body automatically has this way of knowing that, this is just not working. So your immune system things just shut down, and you could be more prone to diabetes, to, honestly, they've even mentioned cancer and things like that. Honestly, I'm not kidding about that. So I'm not here to scare you. I'm just saying that you need to get up and move. Now, the treadmill desks, honestly, I've never tried one. I know some people that have it and they love it. Some people sit on an exercise stability ball instead of a chair because it forces you to sit up straight and for your core muscles to fire. So I kind of feel like that would be the next best step. Although you can still slouch and just sit there for hours on the ball, right? But one thing that I would like to recommend, which I saw that somebody had, is a desk that goes up and down. Now that's a pretty cool thing. You can raise and lower your desk. So sometimes you feel like sitting and sometimes you feel like standing. So that to me is like the 100% best solution. If that's not possible for you, then I would say you just have to find ways and reasons to get up. And I love the pedometer because challenging yourself every day to get in more steps than you did yesterday will require you to get up and move around. So I would say there are all kinds of things to try, and I'm for trying them all.
Okay, great. We have another question about, are there different types of energy, like physical versus mental, and do they need to be treated differently?
That's a really great question. I really love that because we're all energetic beings. And when you're so steeped in Chinese medicine like I am, you start to learn more about and appreciate and recognize the energy that's within all of us. And the energy within us needs to be preserved. It needs to be really nurtured. And we're all energetic beings. There's this charge that comes. It's really, physics has proved that we are energetic beings. That So we can talk about different kinds of energy, but it all boils down to the same thing. The energy that we project, like I have enough energy to go run around the block, I have enough energy to get through my task on a day, is a reflection of the energy that your body and you have. It's all related, mind, body, and spirit. The wonderful thing about Chinese medicine, holistic medicine, is that it honors and is revolves around that concept of interrelatedness, that everything is related, so that what I eat may actually, it may be affecting my energy. It may be reflecting my mood. It may be reflecting my pain and my inflammation. So it may not be that I need necessarily to go to the doctor and have something checked. It could be something that I'm eating. It could be the stress that I'm feeling that's causing all this inflammation and discomfort and stress and moods and unhappiness. That really is a long way of saying that you could look at it as different energies, and one thing may, like meditation and relaxation and self-care and massage and exercise, may all be good for that energy that we kind of feel is like that the internal energy that drives our being. And the energy that we project outwardly is something different from us. It's all the same thing. It just is a different manifestation of our inward energy. So it's all about self-care.
Okay. Well, I think we're about out of time, but I want to thank you again, Roberta. We appreciate your time today, helping us with our energy and focus. And thank you also for the gift that you're offering to us. Thanks to everyone who attended and asked questions today. We hope that you'll join us again next week, and you can check out savvyladies.org. Thank you again so much, Roberta.
You're welcome. Thank you.